wow. People wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. My ego, you go show na paper. My ego diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Ha, this one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo.
So hello there, brethren. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And a good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun live. So thank you very much for joining me. And you know what to do. as you are tuning in. After reading the caption of the broadcast, you should try and read the description of the broadcast as well. And after that, you should like and then share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them, right, that it is brunch time with Mayegun, and it is live.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé.
So we are going political this brunch time, and it's a mixture of everything as usual. All right. So while we wait for others to join us, you that is here, don't forget, just share the broadcast. And it is also an open mic. Remember, you can phone in anytime to add your own contribution as you deem fit. Anytime.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùnra kì í aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ẹ̀sùnra kì í òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
So it is Babachir Lawal. He just granted another controversial interview. A sit down with Shimbaloye, and there he was talking about thiefnubu and about 2023 and what is expected to come in 2027. Speaking about their ADC and others, Peter Obi and name it. So yeah, that's what we're going to use to open this conversation this afternoon. So share this broadcast. Babachir Lawal took a dig at thiefnubu and beyond. He went on to also take a dig at the Yorubas. He actually used a blanket statement on all of us. He said, we Yorubas are this, and that. Meanwhile, he's only had an experience with thiefnubu, Koolu, even though he said he's kind of like lived a long time in Lagos. We are going to start in a minute, right? And that is why I always encourage the viewers, as you are joining, just share it. Then like it, then sit back, relax and enjoy the conversation. So much today. Now, good afternoon to you once again. Good morning to you. Depends on your own time. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun's brunch time live. And it is an open mic as well, where you can indeed phone in any time to add your own contribution, either for or against. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, what do you call it? The line will be open there soon. Yeah, their race towards their 2027 is heating up, as some of you have expressed your disappointment in these characters, as well as your support or admiration for them. Peter Obi is the most popular, the most followed politician in Nigeria today. You don't even have to accept it. You don't have to agree. And because of that, that made him a sought-after politician, where a lot of people have put what you can call a scale, kind of like standard. He's the only politician in Nigeria that people are treating with a standard. Oh, why would he say that? Why would he do that? Koolu is their idiot. Kind of get away with a lot, but that's not the point. So they are forming a coalition. That's also not news, right? But it's just that their coalition, as we have come to see it, seems to be so different from what coalition is all about, only for them to tell us now that, yeah, it's just to confuse thiefnubu. They call thiefnubu master strategist, Debbie. Somebody who can infiltrate every camp, bribe them, pay them off, and buy half of the camp and turn them against one another is being kind of like acknowledged as a strategist in that regard. So now these guys who pulled themselves up as opposition to team together and get rid of this behemoth thiefnubu and his co-travelers. So they are also deploying their own tricks that will make them appear unserious, tricks that will make them appear directionless, tricks that will make a sort of confusion even in the camp of thiefnubu to be like, who is going to be their candidate? So to them, that's their own trick. And they have a lot up their sleeves to shock thiefnubu in 2027. As much as the Ronukus believes that they are just empty promise, empty threats, empty, brags. Babachir Lawal, the man that bought thiefnubu's presidential form from APC, Babachir Lawal, I always call him the grass cutter. The guy that used the 242 million naira to clear grass at the IDP camp. And the IDP camp is not even a camp. It is an abandoned school where people who ran away from Boko Haram were living. And he used 242 million naira to clear the grass around the place. So that's why I call him Babachir Lawal, the grass cutter. He was the guy who purchased the thiefnubu's form, presidential form. It was the one who submitted it. In fact, he was supposed to be the head of thiefnubu's campaign, presidential campaign, until the jihadist of the north told him that he should stop deceiving himself. Babachir Lawal had nothing to add to him, because if thiefnubu failed to pick a Muslim, then maybe he's just dreaming. He will never be president. That was the conditional. So Koolu had to tell Babachir Lawal that I'm so sorry, my friend. I need to win this, and I'm ready to do anything for it. So we are going to go for Muslim ticket. Babachir Lawal was said to have frowned at it, frowned against that. Like, no, we have suffered so much in the hand of these, Islamic terrorists parading themselves as Islamic scholar up north. We need a government that is going to actually really protect Christians, protect minority in northern Nigeria, and not watch them being sent to the meat grinder. That was Babachir Lawal's position. So that's why he had to opt out of the thiefnubu's campaign wagon, the one that he set in motion, I think. So he had to abandon it and pick Peter Obi in the process. The rest is history today. And Babachir Lawal is so convinced that Peter Obi won that election. thiefnubu didn't win. However, they announced him as a winner, which in itself has been a bigger problem for him, fighting for legitimacy, trying to have everybody, recognize him as a president. I don't see thiefnubu as a president, by the way. Maybe because I'm not living in that shithole, in that contraption. Pardon me. I don't see him. I never saw Bukwari as a president. No, never. For his whole 8 years, I just saw an opportunist who had a chance of leading the country of a 200 million mumus successfully. And they ruined it beyond anything. Then you have a druggie that is now your president. He's not my own president. And it will never be. Just so we are clear. So because I don't see him as a president, I see him as a drug dealer. That's how I see thiefnubu. I'm not sorry. If you are a Ronuku watching me right now, every time I see thiefnubu, I actually see a drug dealer, a drug baron who succeeded in becoming your president. And because of that, I will never see him as a president, ever. Never. And that's me. And that won't change him from being your president, don't get me wrong. He's still parading himself as your president. As much as majority of you will find it difficult to accept that you do not have any leader, you do not have any president, you do not have any government. But you can pretend to, since there's a guy parading himself as one. So, you can all pretend and say, come and do your job. Why can't you do your job? All those things that you do, right? But to me, I don't see him as one. He's a one-car drug baron and drug dealer, a drug addict that managed to usurp the power of presidency of Nigeria. That doesn't make him a president to me. Anyway, same thing. Babachir Lawal, that's what we're going to start from this afternoon. So it was with Sheung Okimbaloye, and it was talking about, your next charade and why thiefnubu would actually lose. The so-called thiefnubu. That's how you put it, right? So I'll start with this.
ADC by this northern elite.
Sorry about that.
ADC by this northern elite is a party that could win election.
That would win. That would win election.
Okay. What gives you that kind of assurance? Or what gave your group that assurance that it will win the election?
We know who we are that are driving it. We know what we read on what we see on the streets. We know what people say on the streets. We are Nigerians now. We are not living in heaven.
So the ADC is a party of the northern elites, or the choice party of the northern elites?
Yes.
In your own mind, and I know that you're a Christian, and fairness is part of your moral judgment. Where do you think power should rotate to in 2027?
Power should go to the person that will give every Nigerian a sense of belonging, a sense of justice.
Even if the person is a Lebanese?
Even if he's a Lebanese. The issue about politics.
So you don't care whether it goes to the north
or
to the south?
See, the thing is personal in the end. To the individual, to me, to you. How are you living? Is there any environment in which your aspirations are achieved? And who can guarantee that environment? So that is what is most important to the individual Nigerian.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend, for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side? And
junk it and move on. Until another fire comes, I face it.
So this, your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government. I thank God that he gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you think?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group. These are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and we say, no, BG, it's not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the thing is that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president. We that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that. I didn't expect it to.
Unayera, I'm a Yoruba man. And I can tell you that, do you see that part where he said, after they worked for them, using Yoruba in this sense. So after working for the Yoruba thiefnubu, all right, so they now treat them like an outcast. They will be speaking their language. That means we'll be speaking Yoruba. So you that is there, like you are more or less like, is not totally wrong, but is wrong in the sense that using when you work for Yorubas. Number one is that I don't know how many Yorubas have become president of Nigeria than Obasanjo and this druggie, thiefnubu. And I do not know what relationship Obasanjo has with or had with his friends from all over the country. I don't know. But you see this thiefnubu and his gang, here is why I said it's not totally wrong. It is true that they will look down on you so condescendingly. Thiefnubu will look down, like from thiefnubu and everybody around him, right? And this is not just because you are not Yoruba, even if you are a Yoruba person. If you are not in the same camp with them, you are considered as an outcast. And then you see that level of looking down on people in a condescending way. Take a look at how the Ronukus are struggling to present the Igbos as enemies of Yoruba people, all because the Igbos won't support APC, that is at the center. So that is called affront, an effrontery on thiefnubu. A Yoruba man ran to be governor of Lagos State. His name is Jimmy Agbaje. thiefnubu is from Iragbiji, allegedly Osun State. Jimmy Agbaje and his family, they are originally from Ibadan, or your state. Is it Ibadan? Anyway, because Jimmy Agbaje was in another party, thiefnubu anointed candidate is Aleko Barack Obama, Ajangbadi Albert Esteni, that is Fashola Holmes. They called a Yoruba man, a full-blooded Yoruba man, they called him Jimmy Shuku. And the fellow Yorubas who are inside their ACN at the time, they were looking at Jimmy Agbaje like this. They are not saying Yoruba, they are saying Igbo. They are seeing him as an automatic enemy. Enemy getting you. That if they have a chance, they will kill him. For thiefnubu. That is not Yoruba way. I know a lot of you are comfortable saying that Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. But you are ignoring the other factors too. Other factors that this Ronukus, this thiefnubu and his gang, they are so evil that anyone and everyone who is not on the same page with them is considered as an enemy of Yoruba land. And they use Yoruba, they use Tinubu as Yoruba. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So I decided to point that out. There's no name that the Ronukus have not called me, simply because somebody like me won't kiss the ring of thiefnubu the druggie. Ashiwaju awa toli. There's no name they've not called me. They said my mama, my papa, they should go and ask my mama. My papa must be Igbo. And I am from a very prominent family in Yoruba land. A very prominent family. Badero. Go look it up. A very prominent Ejebu family. But unfortunately, unfortunately, the allegedly Iragbiji drug addict, who no one is really sure if he's a Nigerian anyway. So if you are, you know what I mean now. So if you are not on the same page with the druggie thiefnubu, the slaves, the sewage dwellers, the touts, the what do you call it, the miseducated morons that are parading themselves as his supporters and what have you, who ordinarily are not even handful enough. They are not enough to make him president. So you're right. They are the same people that look at the northerners most of the time. And they say it openly. And that's what Babachir Lawal is referring to them. You are inconsequential, you this illiterate, all this northerner illiterates, all this, you this northerners. And they say it to their faces. Because to them, thiefnubu is one great strategist. Sorry, I don't know who this person is talking to. Is there anybody there with a spanner? I just see somebody called T-Pex too. I've not seen that person on this platform before, so Abino, Tipex, I don't know who you are talking to, but next time, try and possibly put a name towards it. So I automatically believe that you are directing that to me. And because of that, after we remove you from here, follow me for she wa shofo tile tara tomo ni kure o. Shogbo mi wa saying. And that's why when you want to write or type in that comment section, it is ideal for you to probably phrase it very well so that I can know if it's for me or not. Because when I see it, I automatically believe it's for me. All of you who are hiding behind whatever is called a keypad in order to help them, like troll people on social media in defense of these criminals, one by one. And amilo yeko sheko yeko argue because you know what I mean now. But let's continue. So it's not so wrong. To them, thiefnubu is such a very, very, you know what I mean now. thiefnubu is such a very powerful politician. He's so brainy. He's but yet they strongly knows that without this supposed northern rogues who are able to probably feel like they would have something out of it, decided to rig him, falsify figures for him, but they regret it. That's one good thing. That's the cap. They regret it, as many of you are regretting whatever it is that you conjured in your warped mind that made you believe that thiefnubu built Lagos and is going to come and do something about Nigeria. You will regret it if you are not already. All right? And my own prayer on the side is that may push on for 8 years. Because now, if they remove him in 2027, a lot of people will be saying that he laid a foundation for you. He laid a foundation for you. Which foundation? So maybe do 8 years, because they will say, oh, yeah, it started the reform. That's why somebody else came in and he changed. No. That's what they said when Fashola took over. Nobody can point to any legacy project of thiefnubu anywhere. Nobody can say, oh yeah, I read somewhere they said that he renovated Teslim Balogun Stadium. Right. What is his exact legacy project in Lagos State? How many roads, how many kilometers of road did he construct around that time? How many new schools did he build? Hospitals and the stuff like that, right? Oh yeah, he established extortionist ring where they just like order, and he increased. They said he increased their what do you call it? The IGR. That's a success. But yeah, let's continue with this man who regretted his own association with the druggie, and now is in the camp of those who want to get rid of the druggie himself. Koolu.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend, for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side, and fairly speaking to another 8 years. Those are the arguments of some Nigerians who think fairness is only if power, and that's the reason why your very good friends Peter Obi and Rotimi Amechi said,
and Bola Tinubu must include him.
Is Bola Tinubu still your friend?
Yes, of course.
Your former friend or your present friend?
We are friends. We've not had a conference to dissolve it. He offended me, and he's full of himself, and he thinks that because he's now so-called president.
Is he so-called or is the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think...
The results available to us at that time believes he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, I mean, the result at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won.
Yes.
The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
That came third.
According to the result that was announced, not according to the true results.
So, how do you determine who won an election?
We have the data now. Look, we had monitors on the field. We had agents on the field. We collected our data. We know our results. We know the results that were coming in from the field. We can see clearly the point at which they were altered. We can see clearly, you know.
Was it altered in Anambra? Was it altered in Abia? Was it altered in Enugu? Peter Obi won landslide. He won over 90% of the votes in that region.
Yes.
He beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos.
Yes.
He had huge votes in the North
Central. It doesn't
Central.
mean there are no states where election was conducted. There are. You know, when you do rigging, junk it and move on. Until another fire comes, I face it.
So this your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I wish.
So he's a guy who confidently said and still saying that Obi won the election. And there are many, many people who believe so too. The allocation of figures and all that happened, the switch off of the what do you call that thing again? IREF. And so many other nonsense that took place that time, which was really, really deliberate. All right. So there are those who are still convinced that thiefnubu didn't win, and I'm one of them. Yeah, I am one of them. It didn't win any election. It didn't. In fact, despite the fact that they had their rigging here and there, thiefnubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes overall in all over Nigeria. thiefnubu did not, including Lagos. So inside Lagos, he scored 145,000. Sorry, 145,000. That's how much he scored in Lagos. His real vote in Lagos that day, 145,000 something. The entire Lagos. In Rivers State, his entire score in Rivers State is less than 87,000. The total vote they give him for Rivers it is less than 87,000. All over Nigeria, thiefnubu didn't score up to 1.5 million votes. Genuine. But you see, when you see the Ronukus, we'll beat you because they believe that they can write the result. He will use the power of incumbency. They are calling the bluff of those who wrote the figures for him, those who cooked the fake result for him from the northwest, northeast, and northwest, northeast, because Peter Obi won the north central, of course. Yeah. So those who cooked the figures for him are now calling them aboki. Interesting, yeah. They are calling them like illiterates. You this northern Tifunu doesn't need your votes. Una the thing say you're not too important. Not the thing say you are this or that. From Ronukus that couldn't gather 200,000 votes for thiefnubu in Lagos, that he was a landlord of. So a Ronuku is telling you that 2027 like this now about 40 million votes thiefnubu go get. From where? They go right down. But the problem now is that it will need to see have some of his friends in the north on his side. Right? When I say on his side, it's not because they have to do the rigging for him. It is just that they have to be on his side when the rigging is carried out. So thiefnubu is expected to change Mahmood Yakubu to a Yoruba man or somebody that is Yoruba, but is not in the current demography of Yoruba land. It's going to probably come from, partly maybe Delta, partly Edo or Kogi or somewhere. We shall go find someone somewhere with a Yoruba kind of ancestry. They will make him your INEC chairman. Because thiefnubu knows that what they did with Jega in 2015, there's a chance. And I say Jega and what is his name? Jonathan. So there's a chance that thiefnubu won't take that risk. And if he does take that risk, then we can conclude that his end is actually near. I'm not saying that lightly, right? Here about the ADC coalition, he has more to say. Listen to this part.
Indeed.
What is this grassroots? The story is long. Been here with you.
To discuss with that. I mean, we were supposed to talk about opposition politics, but I mean, sometimes you just get engrossed in trying to learn from other people's experience. Now that you have moved into the ADC, what are your people saying in the north about Tinubu?
I, as a person, had looked at the north, I looked at the problems, and I looked at the fact that solution to the problems can only be possible if you have the instruments of power and coercion. If you don't control the military, there's no way you can coerce them into doing the right thing with insurgency and bandits, whatever name we like to call them. So it is important that we get the instruments of power as Northerners in the hands of somebody who understands the issues facing us and who will face it headlong and bring a solution to it. That is my position. Now, to do that, we had a group of people who started meeting with like minds. How do we approach this? What is the issue? What are the issues? So we call this Nigerian People's Consultative Political Forum, North, in which almost every significant northern politician that is not in government attends our meetings. The idea is we get together, we bring unity to this north. There's disunity among us, and we analyze what is meant by this disunity among us, what are the causes, how do we ameliorate them, and then so we agreed that we must vote en bloc. If we don't vote en bloc, we will not be able to achieve our goals.
So that's the agreement now.
That's our understanding of the way to go. Now, whoever it is that will eventually emerge, we will only support somebody that understands the problems facing the North, and will present them to him.
Either the person is a Northerner or a Southerner. Or have you decided?
Even if he's from heaven.
Have you made any decision about who you are going to be?
No. Me as a person?
No, I'm saying your group.
No. Eventually, we just decided, of course, that we can only pursue this if we are in one solid political party. And we all agree this political party can only be ADC. Now, I'm part of those, I'm the leader, one of the leaders of the ADC. You know? And from the beginning, the discussion is all the intending contestants must slow down.
Okay.
Their ambitions until we form a political platform that will facilitate victory for them. And they have, I mean, at the national level, and quite a lot of the most significant ones, they are Samechi, is Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar is there. I'm sure there are others there who have not yet thrown in the towel.
Babachir Lawal is not one of them?
No, nobody will vote for me.
Why?
I don't know. Even my guy who said it was because even my wife will not vote for me.
Why?
Because they say you go and abuse everybody, you will not bend, you will not negotiate. To me, black is black, white is white. There's no gray color to me. And so, I mean, I'm not going to...
You are not electable.
I'm not electable.
That's the guy, Babachir Lawal. So they themselves have deployed means or strategy to confuse thiefnubu and his gang who are working day and night to infiltrate and then scatter them. So Obi himself, by the way, you know, the guy himself was somewhere yesterday. Right, and I think he was asked about their coalition this or coalition that. His response kind of like so similar to a little bit to what Babachir Lawal is saying too, but he has actually admitted that he is part of their coalition. He will be part of it. However, he continued to say if the intention is just to take power and not to use the power for the people, he won't be part of that. That's kind of like confusing though, yeah. So all they need to do is just start to tell him that they want to take the power for the good of Nigerians, and he will follow them. He will believe them. So, and he made it clear that, listen, nobody should go solo when it comes to this year 2027 charade. That it will be ideal. The ideal thing is for the oppositions themselves to come together, field one united or unifying a candidate to face Koolu and put all of their effort behind that person, resist rigging and resist any form of manipulation as it was in the last charade. Or he had this to say in his words, so
presentation in our assembly where nobody can leave his party after election. If you want to change party, do it during election. After election, you must stay there. If you vacate, they replace the person. Wow.
Very correct.
So, which party am I going to contest him? As you know, because of the problem they have, some of us who are leaders in the opposition have a president adopted ADC. But I can tell you, before the election, more will join. More people will come together. Because the opposition needs to come together. We are not coming together to wrestle power. If it is wrestle power, can't Peter Obi out of it? If we are not going to use that power to change the fortune of this country, please count me out of it. I'm not looking for political position. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I am desperate to see Nigeria change. I live in a changed place. And I tell people that. I live in a place that work. I've been to schools. People have asked me questions. Peter, why did you go to all these schools? I went to them because I wanted to know where those people who went there have different brains. So as we advance now, we have adopted ADC for 2027 election. We are still battling to take over Labour because that's the right thing. There was nothing wrong. What was wrong in Labour is that we find out that people abandoned what we were trying to build into transaction. It became a mess. So that was it. There's nothing wrong. That's the only thing that is wrong. We don't want to do transactional politics. I was offered a lot by this government. That could have been anything. But that's not what it is. So that's it. Somebody asked about being fair. My sister, I live in this country. This country must change.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Bad behavior, uncontrolled behavior, rascality.
This country must change. We must make sure this country changes. I am not desperate to be president. I am desperate to see Nigeria work. Those are his fancy words. Right? I mean, those are his own words. Okay. So here was the image that from nowhere, from nowhere, El Rufaya just shared this picture. If some of you will remember, before Mahmoud Yakubu announced thiefnubu as winner, it took them a week and they had to announce it as early as 4 a.m. in the morning when the rest of you are sleeping. A whole week. Sorry, a week. I think it took them about 2 weeks. I don't know if some of you remember that they didn't announce the presidential result of Nigeria until March. Abi, remind me of those of you who have sharper memories. You had the election on the 25. Was it 25 of February? And they didn't announce your result until about a week or 2 weeks later. Is that? It was until March. That's when they announced it. Early in the morning. Do you get that? Ah, man. People, they try. Oh. Anyway. So it is believed that thiefnubu and his gang, they would have a lot on their hands if these guys actually come together as they are planning to, do their coalition as they are planning to, feel that the person who is pretty much like the most popular and acceptable, and also have something to offer, which is Peter Obi to start with. So now, in that their midst or in their group, now if they give it to him, there's a chance that he is going to quadruple the enthusiasm of the people for 2027 again. And that is going to be a bigger problem for APC themselves. You get me now? So even if they have to rig him, like I said, like if all of them come together, it will be difficult for them for thiefnubu and his gang to actually really rig him. But if they decided to go and announce a fake result, they have the numbers, they have the millions to shut down the entire country. This time, not divided. So thiefnubu and his gang have banked so much for so long on the division of Nigerians themselves. You know, you hate yourselves, tear yourselves apart at every given opportunity. It is to their own advantage that you never agree on anything. You would never sit and agree. Your tribal, ethnic, religious differences that a lot of you love to tear yourselves up about, yeah? They want it that way. It is to their own advantage. So similarly, when these guys parading themselves as oppositions, right? If everybody bear his own father's name, day your day, it is also a divided opposition, and it is to his advantage. The Ronukus are already saying that thiefnubu, the master strategist, needs nobody's votes. He's already, you know, he's the incumbent. He's got the power of incumbency. He's got this. I've read a lot. It's just that they are banking on the fact that as long as the rest of you remain divided, they are banking on that. There's no strategy. Just pay them money. Give them money. Those guys parading themselves as opposition, look for them. Give them money. And the ones that are not going to take money, and they are criminals, then send the EFCC to them. That's what they have done. Send the EFCC to them. This Tambuwal, they were supposed to have arrested him since 2023 before he returned back to Abuja as a senator. This mofo bankrupted the whole state and is walking about as an elder statesman. This animal on your screen is one of the leaders of the opposition who want to remove thiefnubu, by the way. This guy bankrupted the whole Sokoto state. I am aware of that one. He bankrupted the whole Sokoto state for 8 years. It was Wike that was stealing money from River State and paying off the salaries, pensions, paying contractors in Sokoto state with the hope that this animal would eventually support him and send the people of the Northwest to support Wike in PDP. But he went on for a thief coup. Wike won't forgive him. And I suspect that his arrest right now, because he's been arrested by the EFCC, thiefnubu's EFCC. They've arrested him. They are charging him for stealing 189 billion naira. Did you hear that? That's how much this guy stole. They are all thieves, of course, but I mean, come on. What do you think will happen when he's a former speaker? He's a governor and he's now a senator representing somewhere in Sokoto State today. He collected over 200 billion. You did hear me well? Over 200 billion naira of River State money was invested in Sokoto State by Wike. But the moment he went for his brother, Atifku, Wike won't forgive him. So he's one of the leaders of the coalition, and right now they said they have picked him up. Atifku has responded or reacted by saying that harassing opposition leaders will not save thiefnubu in 2027 because it won't be enough. And I think I agree. Maybe it won't be enough, but it may be a start or a good what do you call a good start? Is that Obi was somewhere in Port Harcourt yesterday. Sorry, last Saturday. They said this. Okay, watch this.
Yes, our president is here. Our incoming president, Mr. Peter Obi, is here live and direct at Port Harcourt Corpus Christi Cathedral.
I should have added that to his speech earlier. I think it happened almost at the same place and the same time, so I just jumped it, right? So El Rufai shared this image. He didn't add anything. He just shared it and said, "Well, now when you take a look at it very well, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. thiefnubu and APC. They actually had they only won in 8 states. Are you with me? 8. And when you go on to go and check the labor, this image on your screen was posted by El Rufai, not me, just so you know. And this is why they are saying that thiefnubu and his co-travelers, they will see the shock of their lives, except if these guys are not coming together in 2027. Because the whole scam, the whole fraud that brought him to make him your president shouldn't even have stand any. Nobody should have allowed this, but they did allow it. El Rufai now imposed this image, and this is not the first time I'm seeing it as well. Now take a look at count it. Abia, they said Labour Party, Peter Obi actually won in Abia 79%. They won in Akwa Ibom 58%. They won Anambra 85%. They won in Bayelsa 62%. They won Cross River 72%. Obi won in Delta. He won Bonyi. He won Edo. Obi won Enugu. He won in Imo. The same Obi won in Kogi. Obi won in Lagos. He won Nasarawa. He won Ogun. He won Plateau State. He won River State. He won Taraba. He also defeated them right there in Zamfara. And then he got, he defeated them in Abuja, FCT. Taraba, FCT. So if you count all of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He actually got about 19 states. That's how much they gave to him. Today, this result became useless because the establishment, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, they ignored the fact INEC of Nigeria announced a criminal who didn't win any election as the winner of your election. And today, he succeeded in turning your country upside down. Do you get me now? So when people said that Obi should have stayed in Labour Party, you are not wrong, but at the same time, it can be like, say, in Nigeria context, right? It is not he who wins election that gets declared because of some certain factors. So that factors is what they are trying to kind of add to it now. Like maybe they should add all the career rogues to it, right? Promise them something in the power sharing and help you to hold the thiefnubu machinery from replicating what they did in 2023. I'm just saying what I heard or see them say or heard them say. I'm just saying. But it won't be wrong for him to go back to his Labour Party if he could do with what they did with the Labour Party in 7 months. It could do a lot in 3 years if they build the Labour. And I think they are still doing that. His group kind of like in charge. But ADC is where they believe they could put all of their weight together to remove an incumbent president. Like the druggie, Koolu. But we'll see how that plays out. So don't fret, don't stress yourself. So if you win 19 states in 2027, And Tinubu and his gang changed the result, what would the obedient do? Would they wait till 2031? Or would they just go all out there and just end it? Time will tell. So yesterday we were here talking about the Aquam 2. That is the Aquam 4. I've been Aquam 14 or something. You know Aquam 4? Yeah, the lady that became, popular for slapping the aerostess. But by a lot is since then, oh, seriously. I told you, I said the first video, more or less like misled a lot of people. The actions and the actions of the NCAA, FAAN, AON, the Minister of Aviation, fraudsters Otobokeyamo, they were complete misleading actions where everybody is piling on the young lady. So the subsequent evidence that have now been showing up after that incident have now shown that the real aggressors, they are the Ibom here. She violated the supposed normal etiquette of, using the airport, and she should be possibly punished for that. But what happened from the onset was an aggravated, sort of like an aggravated violence against a young woman who, I don't know how to put it, all right? So here, they said that she was told to turn off her phone. And she told them that her phone is was on airplane mode. And the next thing was right that airport, right, when she was trying to calm down, and they blocked her from disembarking from the plane. That's not the only thing that happened. Apart from the fact that she was assaulted, her phone was collected and smashed by that lady that was smiling. That lady that was smiling, like, that blocked her. The one that blocked her, the one she slapped. Because she had to put up that smile since everybody has pull out their camera, their phones recording. But when there was no real camera, it is reported that she was as mean and evil. She actually called the young lady a prostitute. It is prostitute. And that was what led to serious, struggle between them. And then they wouldn't let her come out of the plane. But they started charge this girl to court. And not just court, they had to remind her in custody from yesterday till October. Are you with me? Until October 2025. Apart from the fact that she's been charged with 5-count charges. Do you know something? This morning, some of these organizations are now backtracking. No, we didn't take her to court. It was the Guinea that took her to court. We did not ban her or put her on a no-fly list. No, we didn't do that. We had to investigate the whole thing amicably, but they locked her up in Kirikiri. Our lawyer, and normal yellow show, right? They were at the NYSC. Hang on, that's another one. I should add them. Anyway, so she's locked up in Kirikiri prison simply because they have the power to do that. But they want to use Lagos Magistrate Court to keep her in Kirikiri prison until October. It's mental, right? So we see how that plays out today. Just so you know. Another one, you remember Raye, that NYSC girl that came out to rant. They were doing this 30 days rant challenge. Remember that time? And a lot of Nigerians were making videos of how things are tough and, just rant about how it's hard and all of that for you and all, So then Raye took her own phone and camera, and she ranted about the hardship and the struggle faced by NYSC members serving Nigeria. She said a lot. And in everything she said, she didn't abuse anybody. Oh. She did not abuse anybody. Oh. She called thiefnubu to do something. All of you should do something. Things are tough. Things are hard for everybody. You can't just, you know. And then the next thing, once the Ronukus realized that she is a youth copper in Lagos, they started digging about her image, her picture, her everything. And they started calling on the NYSC to punish her for calling out the government. And that's exactly what they attempted to do to her until people rose in her defense. And since then, she's been facing different kinds of systemic persecution. First, when they finally released the Alawi that they announced as an increased allowance for youth coppers, she didn't get us. Then she got us afterward, after complaints and all that. Then she got a punishment for making that video. They extended her service months. They extended her service by another 6 months. They punished her. She was supposed to serve for a year. She ended up serving for a year and a half. Right? As if that is not enough. Everyone who did their passing out and what have you got their own NYSC certificate, etc. And again, there was no communication. There was nothing sent to her until she raised an alarm. That is when then I say, oh yeah, what happened is, in fact, I'm going to go put the clip on. Don't go anywhere yet, okay? Give me just a minute or two. I'll be back. But first, Showore and Inibe, Barrister Inibe, they were at the NYSC office this morning, I think, on the issue.
Don't worry. Give me, let me see the later. Sir, do you video?
Are you afraid of video? What are you hiding?
Hey, why are you? Who is this place? Why are you afraid of video?
Are you afraid of video?
Who is afraid of video? It's public office.
There's a public office that
Public
can't
office.
make video by
A video tape is not prohibited in a public office.
There's no law.
How are you? How are you?
Good morning.
Is he around now?
I think so.
Okay. A composed person who doesn't look it. When people come to power in Nigeria, don't trust them. It's that power that becomes their character. And absolute power is something that is native to Nigeria.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Abuse them.
Mr. Nibe, perhaps a few words if you would want to.
The first point I want to place on it is that what is issued to a court member upon completion of the mandatory 1-year national service is certificate of national service, not certificate of presidential service, no certificate of governmental service. It is intentionally crafted by the AYS Act as certificate of.
I know. In a bay. Please bear with me, all right? I'm trying to make sure that there's a clip, right? I want you to see, and it's a detailed conversation where Inebe was on channels, and he kind of like broke it down what they are doing and the implication of what they are doing. So they are targeting her Like, what kind of a country is that? You're targeting someone who said something that majority of you also say in private because you are cowards. You are a bunch of voluntary slaves, right? Things you say in private, things you complain of in private, the bad governance, the bad economy, you know, the everything that is wrong, you say them privately, you discuss them privately, you rant, you complain and all that, but you bunch of spineless cowards are piling up on a young woman who made a video to call the attention of government to the plight of the youth corpers. And then they went on to also use the system to frustrate her. And, you know, I've had, and some of you, Olori Brukus as well, the Ronukus or Moalede days, you are on social media as you are calling on this, your fellow senior Olori Brukus in the NYSC to help you do this to her. And some of you are busy on social media reporting her page, plotting to make sure that she was completely shut down from all social media, on top waiting for calling the attention of government to the plight of the students, the plight of the youth corpers. That's what prompted all of this. So, because to them, anybody who says something contrary or critic of thiefnubu, it is considered that that person is doing same against the Yorubas. If you say something about thiefnubu, this olori buruku omo alede days, àwọn olori buruku omo ìrankíran yìí, they will automatically tell you that you know, it's because you hate the Yorubas. If you call Abi, una no be Nigerians again. You Nigeria, you una no be Nigerians again from all over Nigeria. If you say something about thiefnubu, you will see this olori buruku sewage dwellers. In you from Yoruba land, you will see this olori buruku sewage dwellers, right? This all risers. They automatically tag you that you hate the Yorubas. Meanwhile, the action of this drug dealer, his action affects you from every part of Nigeria that you come from, because he's your president. His actions, his inactions actually have consequences. I'm talking about real life consequences. So if I be a Hausa man now, I want to complain about the problem I'm facing in Hausa land, and I'm calling the president of the country, one Olori Buruku Omo Ale Yoruba will now jump there and say, shut up your mouth, it's because you hate the Yorubas. So Mashiri too will be telling you that if you want to abuse thiefnubu, you shouldn't be abusing thiefnubu's tribe. You should not be abusing thiefnubu's Yoruba. And you know the Brooklyn like thiefnubu himself. Millions of your people are trapped in the bad policies of this mofo. But somehow, you forgot that thiefnubu, who is currently enjoying the position of the president of Nigeria, is enjoying the position that belongs to all Nigerians from every part of Nigeria. But you decided to turn it into tribalism. If you say something about thiefnubu, they will say it's because you hate the Yorubas. If you're a Yoruba person who says something about thiefnubu, they will say it's because you are an Omoale Yoruba. These Olori Brukus forgot that if they want a Yoruba president in a Yoruba country, they are supposed to be fighting for Yoruba nation. You cannot be telling the rest of Nigerians that there's nothing they can do. Tinubu will be their president for until 2031. Then you are sharing the same you do not want people whose lives have been destroyed by Tinubu's policies across Nigeria to call him out. Because to you, now because they hate Yoruba, ni kure one by one. Ọlọ́run bá ń gbọ́, Ọlọ́run tó ní, ẹlẹ́dàá tó dá ọjọ́ ìní yìí, tó yọ yìí, tó bá máa wọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí, gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ọmọ ìrankíran yìí, ẹ máa bá ọjọ́ yẹn wọ̀ ní o. Ẹ máa bá wọ̀ ní o. One by one o. Ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí òun ni ọmọ ọwọ́ ń yọ. Ṣé mo pé ọwọ́ òun ni logo APC àbí ọwọ́ ìgbálẹ̀. Ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí lọmọ ọwọ́ yọ sọnù. Ẹ máa yọ sọnù one by one tán ni o. One by one. Because the point here is this: they have succeeded in brainwashing so many people who are victims of Tinubu's policy. Starting from Bokwari, lives were destroyed, businesses were destroyed, family were shattered. You get what I mean now? Communities were completely ravaged. right? People were made homeless, motherless, fatherless, orphan. You know what I mean? Widowers. The criminals who are making all these policies protecting these criminals, right? They are telling you to be very careful of what you say. Don't say that too. You know, he's a Yoruba man. Yorubas are going to be offended though. No, I'm a Yoruba man. Yorubas don't want this mofo. He became your president because of Nigeria. And that is why the people that claim to have made him president, they are from northern Nigeria. They are the ones who are now telling them that they will remove him as president. The Ronukus now are now trying to see if they can find enough Yorubas that will help them make thiefnubu president again. Are you listening? So, as a Yoruba man, myself, who knows that my people are victims of Nigeria, right from under this, especially this APC, my people are victims of Nigeria, young and old, right? And you cannot, now that you claim to have a Yoruba man as your president, and yet our people are still paying ransom to kidnappers, yeah? Our people are living in abject poverty where there is no real roadmap or anything. There's nothing to say that the Yorubas are going to be better off from the rest of that contraption. Nothing. But you have these Olori Bruku Dedes who want you to believe that as a Yoruba man, now, Pampas the were on yagbesara to ntosara ni o tifnubu tenriyan o man yagbesara to man tosara bayi ni o Pampas ló ń dé fún. They have to have urine bag next to him. They have to have Pampers next to him. It's not as if it's a body, but somebody like that should be in a care home, not your president. The effect of that is what you are seeing. It's not because anybody hated him. So if you are a Yoruba person, you know, you know, that tó ń sọra wọn ní Ọláníyọnu àbí Ọláníran ṣó ti yé báyìí ẹ má bínú ìjọba jọ Ọláníran bóyá máa ń sọ Yorùbá nìyẹn wà gbọ́ ọmọ ojú òrò lárí tó ń sọra ẹ̀ ní Ọlá this Ọlá that. They go around and you know, they want everybody to actually like live like that. You see, these Olori Brukus are now telling the Northerners, when Boko Haram was there, we stood by you. When we know that, you know, Boko Haram was destroying Nigeria, we still stood by you. Now all of you are criticizing thiefnubu, and you are supposed to stand by thiefnubu. Stand by which thiefnubu? Yeah, when was the last time you actually take a look at yourself? If you are living in that contraption or watching me from that contraption, if you are not, when was the last time you took a look at your people? Like when was the last time you were in Nigeria? You took a look at your people and be like, man, something like that. When was the last time? So anyway, normally this one is what I do on Sunday sermon. You know, Sunday sermon is where I can comfortably, and you know that if you want to release them, they're not good to release them in English. You have to release them in Yoruba. And I'm so sorry to those of you who don't understand Yoruba. You shouldn't worry yourself, because the people who actually get the message, they are the ones I spoke to there. So you may see some of them in the comments reacting. So one by one, that's what they do. So when I say these things in Yoruba, it's because I want those concerned to understand it. Like you sure you get like feel it until they feel like, oh no, she no no. Now Google kill you too. That's it. Ronoko Konya, I want to smoke out of the shit hole. That means I've smoked that person out, and is now on my page commenting, defending the same Olori Brukus that put him in a shit hole. And that's which abode or so. So this young lady has been persecuted, and these Ronukus wanted, they love it. They said she should go back to Anambra. She's not from Anambra. You know? So right now, others are telling telling her to ignore this NYSC certificate. Who need the NYSC certificate, conserve? Who want NYSC certificate for what? To get a job? Which job? Anyway, people are insisting that since she's already served, and she's already served the punishment as well, she deserves to have a certificate. And I hope she gets it. Abina. Because for those of you who saw what happened to Kwam Fort, Abina Kwam 2, the reason why Kwam 1 is currently in his house, while Kwam 2 is in Kirikiri, is because of at least this one is one of the reasons. By the time Boko Haram was done, so that's how you saw that's Abiku Dabaru, the woman dancing there. That's Abiku Dabaru, in case she used to be on the NTA, by the way. Yorùbá nìyẹn o, àwọn olórí burúkú tó ń represent ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn nínú APC ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́ o, àwọn adójútì ni shameless mofos that are parading themselves, that are using the Yoruba meal tickets in their, in their coven where they are sharing power. So these are the mofos representing Yoruba. These ones are not real Yorubas. These ones are not. They don't have anything or any kind of affinity with what is called the core Yoruba value. These are amoral people. All you need to do is give them money. Give them money or promise them money. They will do anything and say anything. Morality, and the rest of that doesn't really count to them. Nah, that's a lot. I'm not going to deny that we have all these unscrupulous elements among us, as everybody has them across Nigeria, yeah? And I'm not going to own them. And I'm also not going to absolve them. The thing there is that as a Yoruba person, it is ideal for you to be able to differentiate between those who share the same tribal or ethnic blood with you, right? But they are not. They're like the worst of the worst, the dredge of the society. And there's no amount of titles, there's no amount of shining stuff they have, cars, houses, and the rest of that they parade or kind of like a flaunt that will still remove the stench of their morality from them. It's about power. It's never about the people. And once the people is not the base of what drives your own ambition and the rest of that, then it's just a matter of time. They don't speak for Yoruba land. These guys goes to Yoruba land every now and then as a visitors, like as visitors. Yeah, that's how they do. And that is why you will see them, they will ignore all the abject wanton poverty surrounding them, ruins around them. They will go and mount a mansion of billions of naira in the middle of a shithole. They will drive their most expensive automobiles on that that completely collapsed roads without any shame. So they don't represent Yoruba people. They represent themselves. And if you have any of them from your tribe, it is ideal to tell yourself that they don't represent you too. Standing up to fight or defend this, to fight for or defend these rogues is actually a symptom of a lunacy. You may not know, because that's something about, about being foolish or stupid. They said being stupid is so Similar to, you know, when somebody is dead. You know that when you are dead, you won't know that you are dead. Just the people around you will be the ones to say, oh, my God. My God. Oh, we are so sorry we lost him. You don't die, you don't come out. It is the same thing with the foolish people. They don't know they are foolish. And the family, they suffer. Family, friends, you know, neighbor, everyone. Now then they suffer the consequences of a foolish people because they don't even know. So we need to call them out and keep calling them out. Okay, don't let anybody drag you into defending these rogues because they share tribal or ethnic, what have you, with you. They don't give a shit. They don't give a damn about that tribe. They are only using it as their meal ticket. Now the ticket where they take collect their own share for Abuja be that I'm a Yoruba man. I'm a Yoruba woman. I am an Igbo man. It should be the Igbo. Igbo should get this. No, I'm a Fulani man. This one must belong to Fulani. Oh, I'm an Igala man. I'm a Bero man. I'm an Ijo man. I'm this or that. All of them, politicians in Abuja, they are using that as their meal ticket. Now the shopper now, you know, give Igala. Yoruba, they shop up now. They don't give Hausa. That's how they roll. You know what I mean? Why the rest of you are just pure victim of the entire greed. You know? I'll leave on like that. And then take a break. And then take a call. I've had people calling in earlier, right? So sorry that I ignored those calls. I just wanted those things out of my chest. And maybe when I stretch now, come back. I'll take calls. And if I don't, then I will see you later with that, all right? But first, let me take a break. I got a call. Let's have it. Hello there.
Yeah, this is Jefferson.
Oh, that's my man, Jeff. Jefferson. How you doing today, Baba?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I visit Motherland, so I'm calling from Motherland.
Oh, did you? So how is that? How is so where are you? And that Motherland.
I'm in Lagos.
Oh, you are in Lagos.
I'm in Lagos currently.
So now you
man, it is bloody. It is seriously bloody.
You are the one
I'm
that
not
will give
lie
us
to
the
you.
first standing for now. That you are there.
Wait now, wait.
Right.
Yes. Let me tell you what's going on.
Tell us.
You know, when you were talking about the inflation, the fuel price and everything, you know, I thought it was a joke, man. Of course, I know people who have been reaching out and have been supporting them. But man, in the stores, man, inflation is real. So even to go and buy, you know, those days when you buy car, the second-hand car, maybe 2 million, 3 million. You know, easy. Corolla, it was easy. But now, bros, you can't even get that same thing for even 8 million. If you get it by chance. And I'm telling you, if you go to a dealership, they will tell you that car, some good cars is going for 20 million, 30 million, 40-something million. Toyota, all these big companies. Then I asked them, I said, come, you people that are working here, can you people buy this car? They said no. They said they can't buy it.
So
and
then,
then I think that's not enough.
They can't even afford it.
They can't afford it. They can't afford it. I think that's not enough. They even gave history account of how they were buying volume of cars, what in their tens of thousands, 20 of thousands that time, when the money, everything was booming. But now those volumes have dropped. They can't buy in those same volumes anymore. Why is the money to buy those vehicles?
I mean,
so you see, a lot of things are just going off.
Like when you face the problem of the forex to buy the vehicle, then you are going to face the uncertainty of how much the customs will charge you to bring them in. That one
exactly.
That one has killed.
In fact, that's what the guy even mentioned. That's what the guy even mentioned. He was mentioning about the cost of just collecting exorbitant charges.
You don't understand
for
me,
just
Baba.
bringing
See,
a vehicle
I
in.
did something on that. Was it Jeff? Was it not about like 4 or 5 days ago? I can't remember. Or very recently, right? I was doing the calculation, and I said, before now, if you bought a car of let's say $10,000 from the US, right? Apart from paying for the shipping and all of that, I don't know how much. But when you get to Nigeria, you are expected to pay, I think, 11% of that as your custom excise duty. 11% of the, and that 11% that then was a lot of money. But you know what is obtainable today now? They no longer say, oh, your car is $10,000. Even where your is it called way bill? What do you call that thing? That carries the cost of the price of the car you are shipping, right? They don't look at that anymore. So when you say 10% of $10,000 should ordinarily be $1,000, Abi. However, that person that you want to go and submit that is going to tell you how much you are going to pay to clear your car. Doesn't even have to see the value of the car. It can just tell you that it's going to be 15 million to clear it. Your money is 15 million. Say, what? 50 million? How?
Wow.
So, well, that's how much you have to pay. You haven't even seen the car. The car is not even worth up to 15 million. Or, you know what I mean? That is the situation they are into now. They are in right now. Discretion. They are now saying the custom officer will be using discretion to bill you. Discretion.
My brother, that is so. And again, the people cannot eat. The people cannot. It's very, very tough here. People to chop, them no problem. People are going to store. They can't buy the way they used to buy. They just buy small things that they need. You know, and then you see the government there. They are still preaching all manner of hate up and down.
They are telling them that the government is doing well.
Exactly. I like the thing you were saying about tribe. Just long ago, you know, we had that conversation before, and you are bringing it up again. Because some people need to understand, it's not about where you are from. Okay, fine. You claim that the government was bad or whatever. What have you done differently? Instead, they are just living galore. And, you know, spending money, behaving anyhow. And I don't know how true this is. I'm also hearing that this guy is not feeling too well. May not be say they don't God. Not just Koolu self. The third person now, the third guy now, what will be name? Is it Apabio? People like say that one not yeah. I say that one is not feeling good now.
You know, see, I'm saying
so when they do all this,
now in right leg now, I don't know what's up. They said he just had a surgery, or he was about to have a surgery on that leg. Is kind of like he couldn't move his right leg very well, so that's why he's using that walking stick. But like you said, who knows what is wrong with him? Even Koolu right now.
So is he?
You know, say Koolu, they have plugged Koolu to a machine inside the Aso Rock right now too. He has been away. He has been away from the public layer for the past 10 days. Have you noticed? Or maybe I'm telling all of you right now. Now everybody will begin to say, wait, what was the last time I saw him through? Hey, wait, I've not seen Koolu in I've not seen him in 5 days. Maybe everybody will begin to now check and say, where is Koolu? They can't fly him out. So he's currently being plugged to a machine inside the Aso Rock. And maybe after today, you will see him. He will come out and he'll be fine. He's not been seen in public for the past 10 days.
My brother.
Baba?
Wow. It's a shame. It's a shame. May God help us. And everybody is going to lunacy because nothing to show. If you look at, of course, it's not even Big Brother is raining now. It's lunacy. Either you hear hostess, you hear this, you hear that. I mean, but still thank God that there are still some voices that I'm grateful to those hit makers and some other people that are still speaking. I just pray God at least let's see what we can salvage. Of course, if they still continue like this,
of course, I'll stay safe. Stay safe over there, okay? And yeah, we'll talk to you again.
No problem. Have
a good one, Baba. Enjoy your stay. At least you've got your dollar. So that inflation, you know what the inflation will do to you, right? As an American, okay? Normally, right, $100. You know you can't just blow $100 anyhow in the US. But in that place, you get what I mean now? In that place, you will realize that you can't they blow $100 anyhow. That's when those of you who come from abroad, we understand the difference between inflation in America and inflation in Nigeria. And then you get to realize that
Exactly.
you cannot survive in Nigeria if they say you should carry all your dollars and start living in that place. That's why the fact that your money can exchange and become much, you won't survive a month in Nigeria. Gaba?
Exactly, because it's getting worse now.
Like
it's getting worse.
Eh?
It's getting worse now.
Bless you. Jeff, have a very good afternoon.
Okay, my brother. Okay? Thank you so much.
Yes,
and you
sir.
too.
Indeed. A lot of us who live abroad, sometimes we are, I don't know how to describe it, like we have become so dirty in the sense that I would wonder why, I used to wonder how people who live in Nigeria survives, but I realized that majority are just like living to survive the day for the next one, onto the next one, onto the next one. But in reality, those of us who live in the countries where things works, that the moment we see any shift in policy of government, and then we know what that effect is going to be on our finances, on our homes, and the rest of that, because we pay attention to all these indicators. Economic. I'm trying to sound like an economist, even though I may be saying jargons when I start using these terms now. Anyway, I won't speak jargons. But the point I'm making here is this. I live in the UK, and trust me, there are days, like many, many days, that the total money I'm going to spend on anything, whether random, whether for this or that, may not even be up to £50 for more than a week. Because I have no reason to. But Nigeria is a place whereby they don't born you well. You want to have some comfort? You need your electricity working. You want your air conditioning working. You want this or that. You will pay. It is when you are paying for everything that you will appreciate that or more. You are actually not rich. It is because the economy you are living in allows you, right, to be able to have any form of disposable income, this or that. Nigeria is a place where everything is taken from you in that regard. You know, that's why they say people live from hand to mouth, like just want something they need right now to survive till tomorrow. No, the more the economy gets worse, the more people say disposable income vanishes. And it's kind of like getting similar in some other places too as well, right? So, yeah, people who live inside Nigeria, sometimes, I think we've had that conversation before as well, if you will remember, when I said every time some of us who live abroad or who lived abroad before, every time we want to address the people in Nigeria, telling them that they need to fight for their right, they need to fight for a very good governance, they need to find this or that. Sure, you get. They need to fight for their right, and I'm like, hang on, no. Good governance. Apart from some of yours, we don't leave that contraption to see what good governance actually looked like. 90% of Nigerians don't even understand what it looks like. Do you know that? The 90%, if not more than 90% of Nigerians, they don't, when you ask them can you describe what what a good governance is? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised that to them, good governance is for their governors to come and construct substandard roads and cut the tape, build on, mount blocks, call it building, right? Structure without any working equipment or whatever you need to call it hospitals. To them, that is development. When you begin to talk about human development index, human this index, human this and that, sure you get, Baba, Otibere's speaking tongue now. Around that time, you've lost them. They will agree with you that electricity is good, but a typical Nigerian will tell you that Nigerians cannot afford to pay for electricity if they have 24 hours electricity. If you haven't heard that before, I'm saying it to you now. Nigerians have told me that the darkness that they have in Nigeria is perfect. That's what fits the place. Because if Nigeria should have 24 hours electricity, Nigerians can't pay. Nigerians can't pay for 24 hours electricity. So they prefer that offer none, and it's perfect. Nigeria is a place where people will have no electricity for months, and then the electricity will come. If it should last longer than a day, they will begin to panic. They begin, something is wrong. They never take light since yesterday. Look, do you still have light? Say, I know we still get light. Me, I go come up for this. I go come up for this also. Something is wrong. What is wrong? Because they just gave him electricity that lasted for more than 48 hours. To him, how? Why? Something. I know that something is wrong. I believe something is wrong. Why would they give me electricity? Why would they allow us to have electricity for 24 hours? Those are the Nigerians that you think are on the same level with you, that they want a working country. They want a working country, a better system, all of that. You think you're on the same level? Here is Idris. Here. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine. Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon to everyone else. Yeah, I wanted to make my own contribution. Firstly, regarding to, yes, this, when you started, I just want to make a reference to one particular person on the comment section. I'm very happy that he even came to this platform. The person is, I think the person you plug, that tip something 2 4 something. Yeah. So I normally listen to Mr. Disu. That's on every morning. That's the newspaper review every morning on Nigerian Info. Right. And you see that particular guy is a correct tribalistic bigot. As in, I'm very happy that he came to this place and he's so shown to the world that
how did he get here?
I am, sir, Tebad Lossi every morning on Nigerian Info every morning. He's just a tribalistic bigot. And yes, very, 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 very. And I'm so me do push by and he met his Waterloo. So I'm as in. She won't fish in terms of being bigoting. For you to hear the truth is so difficult for you, and I'm very sure this particular person be on chasers, no anymore. And because I believe they are not in that hem of affair. It's just that they are just getting this crumb, like and that's by the side. Now, Nigerian system. It has happened to that particular person. And I'm very happy that this particular issue happened simultaneously. The first one is COM 1 and the second one is COM 2. It just shows us the dystopia system that we are in this country. It shows us how the constitution is working for the masses. It shows that we have two type of constitution, just like the one we have in Sharia in North, where we have one for the mass, one for the rich, one for the poor. Yes, this constitution, this 1999 roguish constitution, is meant for the mass, the less privileged in the society, and one is meant for the elite society. Now look at what happened to that of K1. If you have to just oppose what happened, the incident that happened, that of the lady that she assaulted the hostess, and K1 that stopped that particular aircraft. If you are to just oppose it in civil aviation law, to me, I believe that's what this particular K1.
What K1 did, yep.
If you do that in the Western world, it's either going to be shut down, it's going to be killed immediately, or it's going to be taken away and it's going to go to jail immediately. And look at how the Constitution just quickly maneuvered this particular lady. Within 24 hours, she found herself remanding in the prison. And now, not even in the prison, her next call up for visitation to the court.
Security prison.
Her next call. sir, our next call up to meet the judge again is October 13. No, that is after a month plus. And now she's going to be dehumanized. She's going to be, a lot of things going to happen to her. And now look at what happened to K1. He even went for this by Koolu on Sunday. He was even playing. He was still collecting. And because I don't understand what is happening to us in this country. The funniest part is just don't involve yourself in any crime, because if you think that what the elite do and goes away with it, if you the less privileged, if you do it, they will even forget you totally. They will just forget it totally. Now they are saying that we should go for by next week now. This particular this thing is going to come up now. Registration for PVC, provisional PVC. Do you know that after the collection now, by in the next few months, once they see the tally that a lot of people are coming for it, they will start throwing it inside the bush. They will start doing this and that. Do you think that this Nigerian constitution is working for us? It is not working for us. It is working for them. So it is high time we open our eyes that things are not working right. It's either we just remove everything, let us start all over again, or we just go our separate way. Because now, 2 days ago, this Benue again, this where they killed someone. Maybe they killed another person again. It will. It will keep recurring. It will keep recurring. It will never stop. No. Killing will continue. It will never stop. You see, one of these good scholar person that normally listen to is that we find normally say something will actually eat. Strategy will eat breakfast or something like that. It will keep occurring. It will keep occurring. Even look at what the flood system that they keep talking every year. They keep pumping money into it. Every year it still happens. Now the Lagos State government said, move away from the low area, go to high. Even high area, right? Even high area, right? God will continue to help us. It is well, sir. It is well. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Idris, thank you very much for calling.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
all right. Yes, sir.
I've got a message for you, and I hope I kind of get it across to you today or tomorrow, right? So, we'll talk. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Cheers. So that's Idris, and of course, it is an open mic. We'll be say all of now one user anyway. For those who have used it, let's hear this. Another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayago. Good morning.
How are you, Baba?
Fine. Mayago, I even wanted just to listen to people today, but from what this last caller said, I've been a victim of this issue of. I don't say it's all Yoruba people, but sometimes when we talk, people will be thinking that all the Yorubas are like that.
That's why when people talk, when you are sharing your personal experience, it is ideal that you say some. Similarly, when somebody wants to say something about the Igbos, because of their experience with some Igbos, we advise them to use some rather than say Igbos are, Yorubas are, which is very common these days. It's like everybody can just wait to kind of enter and tear into the tribe as soon as possible. Share your experience, emoji.
My own is that they called me, the one immigration officer, a Yoruba guy.
Right.
I was coming to Europe, and he now took my passport and said, he's not one that's going to give me a boarding pass, but he tried to provoke me there. So what happened to that lady yesterday will happen to me. Exactly this is exactly the picture I saw. Because when I saw what happened to that lady yesterday, I remembered mine too.
So it gave you PTSD. I almost fell for this similar thing.
You see that lady. Because when you're landing, they will announce, after announcing that everybody should put that the seatbelt, they saw the green light. But when they are landing, they will also tell you, once you go out from the flight, you're not coming back. Make sure you check your seats very well not to lose your some things,
That's right.
So for that lady, for that air hostess to stop that lady, is first of all, she has already detained that girl. She has already trampled on that girl right. For her to stop her not going out, for her to stop her not stepping out from the flight, no matter what happened in the flight.
Like it's so crazy, right? They stopped her from leaving. Then they started dragging her to leave.
Yeah.
So, now, she was going to leave. They stopped her. Then they brought themselves in and they started dragging her to leave the plane. I'm like, why didn't you just let her leave then when she wanted to? And the security, airport security can stop her. You get her now? Stop her and question her. But yeah, Nigeria, go on.
But Michael, you see, they showed us only that one, and that girl was the one that made the video. But nobody had ever said what happened inside the flight when the flight was still on the air. Because I believe, for my own opinion, I believe that girl was making video, like ladies know TikTok, this thing in aircraft. I believe she caught one, do you know who I am? In her video, that person went into her video, and I believe that's why. But I've flown A380-900, one of the largest aircraft now. No, they only tell you to put your phone in air fly mode. Nobody ever asks you to switch it off. Yeah, nobody ever asks you to switch it off.
We don't switch off phones anymore now in the plane.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because I watch your program from airplane. I bought airtime to watch your program.
I did live 34,000 miles up there, Baba. They collected my money, so I went live when I was in the mid-year.
You see, so what is that thing that really happened that get that air hostess upset, or that what push her to block a passenger not to leave the aircraft when the aircraft is already on the ground? So maybe somebody gave her instruction. Make sure he took that phone from that girl. Make sure he did this. So tell her to put up that phone.
They said they smashed that phone. That phone. Yes, she's using to record that. They eventually smashed it, broke it.
Yeah, who is that? Who I know? Do you know who I am? That gave that air hostess. Because when you look at her face, she never treated that lady like a fellow woman. She was like she was doing it as if you came inside my house. That flight is a private, it's a public place. You're just serving the people. Let them go. Let her go. You don't have to struggle. Okay, had it been that maybe that air hostess is pregnant, and after all those struggle, he had miscarriage there. So that girl was acting on behalf of instruction from somebody. That's what I am thinking, because they never told us what really happened. But for her, I never see anywhere they will allow you to stay in the aircraft. And somebody was telling that they pinned her on her seat.
Yeah, now.
For everybody to go down.
There's a video. They pinned her back onto her seat, collected her phone and smashed that. And then at the same time, they were also trying to carry her out of the plane. It's confusing, isn't it?
They molested. Yeah, they molested her for turning her clothes. They harassed her.
And they recorded it. It was one of the aerosters that recorded the video. And in that video that they recorded, they saw that her breast came out. That's nudity. That video was recorded by a woman. And they still posted it on the internet.
You see, so that guy has a serious case there. But who knows who is working behind them? But like the last caller said, that K1 incident is terrorism. It's hijack. Either he will be negotiating with the sniper, or he's dead. If that thing happened in Europe or something, ask anybody that lives in Germany, you cannot leave your bag in train station and move 3 feet away from your bag. Police will surround that bag immediately. Now somebody now went into tarmac and you see where he put his hand at the nose of that plane, and you saw when he was standing there,
the plane won't move. He stand in front of it. The pilot had to stop.
So what he did is more dangerous we want to compare with what that lady did. But now you see, that lady is now in prison under 12 hours. There's a lot of cases on, that means Farotimi style. Farotimi style and
the system started working again. But a few days back, the system did not work. The system was begging K1 not to be angry. Sorry.
And K1 himself supposed to be ashamed of himself by after a few days after this, he went for a show. What's the moral? What are you going to sing to people? How am I going to look at you there when somebody else? So now they are breeding monsters. They are breeding people that will be angry tomorrow about something. Yeah, that's what they see. So this is another one now. Make anything not happen to Tinubu. Make him just did that in 2027. Make they do election and rig election. So we know better they rig election than something will happen to him now. They will say constitutionally make Shetima enter. That means we don't enter for beer. Yeah, we go enter for beer because what Tinubu and his clique did to Nigeria now, we are not talking about the Igbos and the South because we are not there now. It's now Tinubu clique and the Fulani Buhari clique
it's not
now.
Even Fulani. Leave Fulani out of it for now. They're saying a Southern presidency. No, this is not Southern presidency. The Southern Nigeria means the Yorubas, as well as the over 100 other ethnic nationalities, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Ijaws, and the rest. Those are the people who make the South. But if anybody says thiefnubu's presidency is a Southern presidency, that person is mad. It is a Yoruba presidency of Lagos.
What I'm talking now, let nothing happen to him, because if anything happened to him now, these 2 years, what the kind of shege Tinubu showed the Northerners, when they hijack it again, then we are going to turn to Cameroon for beer.
Yeah. Anyway,
they are not going to leave it again.
I know.
Thank you, my
bless you, Baba. You have a good morning. Okay, let's take this one and call it a noon. I'm going to wrap it up after this call. Here, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Baba.
How are you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Oh, I'm just waking up. Been up to your show.
I know. It's a breakfast. It's a brunch time show. So it's actually breakfast at your place. It's lunch at us, and it's dinner elsewhere or supper. So welcome on board. How are you this morning?
Yes, sir. So this airline August
for aircraft wahala, airline wahala.
Yeah. And I don't know for this year, 2025. It's all over the world. Aircraft crashing here and there, even in the Western world too. But let's come back to Nigeria here. First of all,
you didn't even say, this is your first one. I just grabbed your voice there right now.
I'm sorry.
You didn't say. Don't worry, you don't have to. I know who is talking now.
I'm sorry.
It's been a long time.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad your voice hasn't changed. So fair for me. But go on. You want to say something? Go on.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, since yesterday this thing happened. You know, what is going on with Nigerian leaders and people that are in authorities, you know? First of all, at least if the lady is strong, actually, I mean, everybody who said he was unruly, I mean, she was unruly. So they arrest him. Arrest her.
I've not seen so many people even defend her that way. It is just that, like they say in Yoruba, Ebu alonita tabonita noe. So Ebu alo akoko nikpe, which is in English. Sorry to those of you who don't understand Yoruba. So Ebu alo means, you know, when people are going. Okay, I'll even tell the story. Sorry, Air Force One, for stealing from your time. All right. So Ebu alonita means the abuses, right, against this girl was the first one. But it was after, when people were not, you know, initially when people saw that video, they were like, she deserved that, she should be like that. That's very stupid, that's very nonsense. Yeah. Then more information started pouring in after. Meanwhile, the system has decided to use a sledgehammer to kill an ant. Now people are now questioning that on top waiting. Loaded little yeah. Is that why you are now? Why didn't you do that the same thing to K1? So go on.
Yeah. So that's the case. So I mean, invariably there is no any investigation, no even minor investigation that was done before her arrest and before they even threw her in jail, even to Kirikiri prison. There is a difference between prison and jail. Are these people, they don't know?
Well,
just like that, when they have to handle it in Western world, the first thing they do, before anything, they will do their arrest, do their investigation, they will handcuff the lady, do their investigation, and after that, they will now determine that lady will never go to prison immediately. He will go to jail. Then from jail, after trial and whatever prosecution, they will now say, okay, are you qualified to go to prison or you are qualified to still remain in jail? People are in jail for 5 years, being convicted, okay? So I don't know what's going on with Nigerian judiciary stupidity or whatever they're doing. That part is that part. Now, criminal activity. People like Shurek, like all these lawyers, Bagapalame and Co. Where are they? Why are they not speaking up? Didn't they say that even if that ladies are ruling, they violated our rights, nakedness was exposed, so she was supposed to sue them. I hope she knows that she has right to sue those people.
Well, I bet some people are working on that.
Yeah, they should sue them. Yeah, very planting. I think that should help the whole poor whatever happened at the take off time. You know? So, you know, to tell someone
for some reason, I'm struggling to hear the rest of what you're saying. The line was like a break in there. I was struggling to hear you. But wrap it up now. Baba.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear now. Better.
Can you hear me now?
It is better now.
Okay, so my point is there a policy or a law according to Nigerian constitution or aviation policy that says cabin crew can detain the passenger?
I don't think so. But they have the right to call the airport security. I don't think there's any law that allows them or permits them to hold anybody in their aircraft. But I think there is a particular law that gives them the power to say, oh, you have to follow the instruction that we give to you. You must follow the instruction we give to you. If you fail to follow them, we hold the right to kind of like evict you from this plane. And so we're not taking you. I think they have that right, but I'm not sure they have the power to detain anybody on their plane. I don't think so.
But to my understanding from the whole scenario, they instructed her to turn off the phone, right? And the lady said the phone is already on airplane mode. So does airplane mode doesn't count?
Well, normally it should count, but there is also this airport rules that says if they say you should turn off your phone, right, you have to turn it off or pretend to. That the idea of
so what does the airline policy say about?
I've done this. Your own discretion doesn't work. But normally, right, it's not that hard. It's not that deep. So there must be some level of animosity that this steward or the people on the aircraft, they have towards this young lady. Maybe because of what she said or what she did or how she said it. But there's more to turn off your phone and not turn off your phone.
So while I round up my own
inquisition.
So
go on.
So while I round up my own story, okay, I think the air hostess or cabin crew needs to be questioned, investigated, and also arrested. Okay, everybody needs to be arrested. The security people also needs to be arrested.
If arrest is a strong word, let's say everybody should be questioned. And in the process, once they see that they held, then you can arrest them. No?
See, the problem is that they already put, it's like what they already put the cart before the horse. You know? And that's what the Nigerian does all the time. And when it came, they not talk now. Okay? They will say Kemi is alienating Nigeria.
I know.
Okay? I mean, let me say something, sir. Right. Do you know that if you hate something passionately, okay, that's what people don't understand, Kemi. If you hate something passionately, sometimes you also exaggerate whatever they're saying about that stuff. Do you know that, right?
I do. Yeah.
And that's why Kemi is saying whatever he's saying. And every day, you, this MF, in that nation, governing that country, even the judiciary, you are doing the most, in fact, unthinkable every day.
Tell people to go to
ruling in any aircraft,
they will see it every day.
It's not a new thing, Baba. Passengers are being ruling in the Western world. We see it from time to time.
Yep.
No one has ever been treated in this man. They expose our nakedness.
No, in that manner. That's enough. That's enough. Ground for suing. You're right. Anyway, Air Force One. Thanks so much for calling in. Okay, and enjoy the rest of the morning. All right. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Now that's how we're going to draw the curtains this afternoon, brethren. And I look forward to seeing you again later this evening or afternoon for those of you in America. So please, if you are still here with us, thank you so much for staying this long, okay? But remember, kindly like the broadcast just before you go. I will see you later today.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.